Hey everybody, thanks for watching A Guy Doing Stuff. I'm Adam and today I'm going to be carving the neck. Neck carving is actually one of the most fun and satisfying parts of the entire guitar building process. I was actually pretty surprised the first time I carved a neck by how easy it was. There are a couple cuts I need to make before I start the actual carving process. I'm going to use the heel cap and the fretboard as reference points to make these cuts. First I'm going to get the line for the curve of the heel. My heel is going to be relatively pretty meaty because my insert bolts are housed in the heel because I'm not using a mortise and tenon. It is important to know that not using a mortise and tenon is pretty unconventional. You can watch my video about attaching the neck for more information about that. Now I'm going to draw a line from the heel cap to the fretboard on both sides like this and cut that till I clear the heel stack with a pull saw, then just nip it off from the side for now. I cut quite a bit outside these lines and I'll work down to the line later during the carving process. For the last saw cut, I draw lines representing where the fretboard is on the back of the neck and cut just outside these lines on a bandsaw. Now I'm ready to start the actual carving process. The main tools I'm going to be using are this rat tail file, a half round rasp, and a Shinto rasp. I love the Shinto rasp. I bought one specifically for neck carving and they take a lot of material off really fast and they leave a surprisingly smooth surface. Besides those main tools, I pretty much keep every file I have on hand because there's some weird angles and it helps to have a variety of shapes and sizes for all the nooks and crannies. I clamp the neck onto this 2x4 for carving. I use a clamp here on the fretboard. Then I put these dowels through the tuner machine holes to brace against the 2x4 and I strap them down with a bungee. This setup keeps the neck stationary and lets me work from pretty much any angle I need to. The first thing I'm going to carve is 2 grooves on the shaft to give me a reference of the taper for the thickness. The first groove is going to be at the first fret and I'm going to take it down until it's about 23 millimeters thick. I would be doing this with a rat tail rasp, but my local tool store isn't open on the weekends and I wanted to get this done today, so I'm just using the file. Either tool works fine, the rasp would just be a little bit faster. The second groove is on the 9th fret and I take it down until it's about 28 millimeters thick. Now that I have all these reference points dialed in, I'm going to slowly carve down to them. At this point I don't really focus on any one area at a time. I kind of just jump around and make sure everything is taking shape how I want. I'll work on the shaft for a while, then I'll jump over to the heel, then I'll go to where the neck transitions into the head, then I'll jump back to the shaft. I'll also be changing tools throughout this depending on what I'm trying to do, but the majority of the time I'm using the Shinto rasp, especially as I'm getting down to the rough shape. So I spent about 2 hours carving last night and it's going pretty well so far. The heel is shaped down to the heel cap now and I've roughly rounded this transition area down. The neck shaft is about flush with the fretboard and you can see I'm getting close to the thickness too. As I get closer, my grooves are gonna shrink more and more until they're pretty much just dots, and then when the dots disappear, that's when I know to stop carving. From here I'm gonna start using a combination of tools and heavy sandpaper, and I'm gonna be really careful to not go too far down anywhere. Sometimes I back my sandpaper with a Scotch-Brite pad because it helps give a consistent pressure. As I get closer to the final shape, I transition to the finer grits of sandpaper. This takes a lot of time, but by the end I make sure the whole neck is sanded down to 220 grit. So that's it now for the neck. I'm going to touch up a couple spots here and there now that's unclamped, but for my next couple videos I'm going to move on and start working more on the soundboard and the back. I do want to take this time to say thank you to everybody that has been watching my videos and giving them likes and commenting on them and sharing them. I really think the biggest part of taking my channel to the next level right now is building a community of people who really believe in what I'm doing. The goal all along for me was to make great instructional series for large-scale woodworking projects, and I feel really good about what I've done so far, but I think getting your guys' feedback is going to be really important for me. as I move forward. I've been thinking a lot lately about what I'm gonna do after the guitar is done, and I have some different ideas, but if you guys have any feedback about what you wanna see more of, whether you wanna see just more long-term projects, or you want me to do some more smaller projects, or you want me to like vlog or something, or just tool reviews, I don't know, anything. If you have any thoughts about any of that, I'd love to hear what you guys think, because I put a lot of work into a guy doing stuff, and I want it to be something that's valuable to the people that actually care about what I'm doing. So again, thank you guys for the people who've been following along. Thank you to Worksharp Tools for sponsoring this series. And if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on my videos.